I've got a garbage disposal that's leaking internally from the bottom, so we need to swap this out with a new one. Unboxing the new one, just gonna flip this over, get all the parts out of it. Remove the dishwasher drain hose from the old disposal, held in by a clamp. Remove the 2 flathead screws that hold in the garbage disposal drain 90. Unplug the disposal. Loosen the plastic compression fitting from the PVC 90. It should only be hand tight, but you never know. Get that out of the way. Loosen the garbage disposal from the quick lock mount. Just twist it to the left. Being in the apartment maintenance industry and I just help out properties, I don't do the ordering, but lots of properties, they just don't care and want you to reuse the same cord. So that's what I'm doing right here. I'm also adding a conduit connector. There is a 95% chance if you're installing a garbage disposal, you're just going to pay the extra $5 and order the disposal that comes with the cord already installed. So you can probably just skip over this part. But if you like saving money for labor, this is what I'm doing here. I will be replacing this quick connect mount. Going to break the screws free with my screwdriver, then use my hands to tighten the screws all the way down. Find the opening on the locking ring and just push down. It should slide right off. These disposals are anywhere from 10 to 15 years old, so I want everything brand new. Going to clean up the old plumber's putty. Disassemble the new quick lock mount the same way that we did the old quick lock mount. And I'm going to not completely remove these screws, but I'm going to back them off as far as they will go to make it easier when we actually install this. All of these pieces I'm removing, and my right hand will go underneath the sink, including this anti-vibration gasket. And for this particular disposal or quick connect, you will need some plumber's putty when securing the top of this to the kitchen sink. Knead it up in a small string and then work it around the top of this flange until it's evenly covered. I'm going to temporarily set the disposal on top of this just to put some weight on it. Makes it a little bit easier to install the rest of the remaining parts. This is probably the trickiest part of the entire install, is putting that locking ring around the bottom. This is why we put that garbage disposal on top, just to add a little weight. It will snap in. It went in pretty easily right here. Then you want to get these screws hand tight. Once they are hand tight, you do want to torque down on them pretty hard. The garbage disposal does vibrate, and I've seen a lot of crappy installs to where these screws actually vibrate loose. So don't be afraid to torque down on these screws when you are mounting the quick mount. We are using the dishwasher drain into the disposal, so we have to knock out the plug. This is a step that I see missed so many times, and it's the #1 garbage disposal install callback in the apartment maintenance industry. Line up the garbage disposal with the quick lock mount. All 3 of the slopes need to lock in. If you only got 2 that lock in, you will know when you do a leak test. Go ahead and tighten it with your disposal wrench. We're going to replace this 90 because why not? It came with a new one. We will be reusing the old compression parts though. It's hard to see with the camera, but this 90 did come with the gasket already installed on it. So now it's just lining everything up and tightening everything down. Compression fittings on the PVC only need to be hand tight, but the screws do need to be torqued. And I would go ahead and torque on the clamp that goes to the dishwasher drain as well, unless you have a snap clamp. Remove the excess plumber's putty. Install the splash guard. It just pushes down. And then we're gonna test for leaks and run the disposal. The only thing about this cheap disposal, it is a 1/2 horsepower, so it's not going to clog as much as the 1/3 horsepower, But if it does jam up, you will need this special tool to unclog it, or you could just use a broom handle. Thanks for watching. This fix is done.